Hi, I'm Mark. This is my December review for Aries Sun sign and Aries rising. We start the month with one of the big planets, Neptune, turning station direct. This is at 20 degrees Pisces on the 1st of December. So if you have a planet at that point of Pisces or 20 degrees Virgo, Sagittarius or Gemini, then this will be very intensely felt by you. Now, for you Aries, Neptune's been in that 12th house. So if you've learned the lesson that retrograde Neptune has to teach you over the last few months, which is to integrate your inner and outer worlds, then you will reap the benefits now. On the 4th, we have a total eclipse. This is in Sagittarius, but it's only going to be visible from very low in the southern hemisphere. Antarctica and South Africa will see the total eclipse. Now, this total eclipse happens in Sagittarius, your fellow fire sign, and it's in your 9th house. So you've got a double influence from the 9th house, from Jupiter and from Sagittarius. So this is a time to really expand. This is a time to grow and evolve. This eclipse will give you opportunities, boundless opportunities to get where you want to be. It's a good time to perhaps take a new course of study, to learn something new. Because what you learn could change your beliefs and your philosophies in life. It's also a good time to plan travel, adventures and excitement. Make the most of this Sagittarian influence. On the 5th and the 6th we have a very strong and powerful influence from your ruler Mars. Now, the first one on the 5th is a sextile to Pluto, which lasts for 3 days. Pluto's in your 10th house. It's a good time to realise any career goals. It's a good time to make the necessary changes to get to those goals. It's a time of empowerment, and it's also a good time to work alongside others. You can achieve a lot with the help of others. Then on the 6th, another aspect, this time between Mars and Jupiter. Now, we've already got the influence from the new moon eclipse, and now Mars is coming in and he's helping you to expand as well. He's adding his energy into Jupiter. The only caution needs to be you don't overdo things. There's always a tendency to overdo things or be too confident with Jupiter. Just keep the energy harness and focus on the tasks at hand. On the 7th, we have the Sun making opposition to the Black Moon Lilith. So this could be a blip that comes up, just a temporary thing that maybe just knocks you back a little bit. It could be a lack of confidence. It could be something whereby someone says something to you. It could be that you just have a low energy day. But the positive side of this aspect is it will illuminate something. It will illuminate something you can learn by, and this discovery will help you going forward. Then on the 9th we have a very powerful coming together of Venus and Pluto. Now this makes intense energy and desire. So this is great for in a relationship if you're using that intensity, putting it to good use. But it's also happening in your 10th house, so there could be intensity and desire connected with your career or your public standing. Could be that you have a desire to be someone. Could be that you can use this energy to advance yourself in some way. Now Venus is going to go retrograde this month and will make 2 more passes of Pluto. So there will be something to look out for with this intensity of energy. Venus goes retrograde on the 18th, and the lesson for you with Venus retrograde in the 10th house is to develop personality traits and to develop a finesse about you that will appease superiors, and also it will get you noticed. So this is what you can work on during that period. Venus is usually retrograde for about 6 to 8 weeks. Now, the other thing that will happen is that Venus will make its third passing of Pluto in March. So whatever is started now with this first conjunction, you'll be able to work on while it's retrograde, and then put it into action next year when Venus passes Pluto for the 3rd and final time. On the 11th we have 2 aspects. The first is a square between the Sun and Neptune. Neptune's in that 12th house. And then we have a sextile between Mercury and Jupiter in the 11th house. So this is not a day for physical action. This is not a day for doing a lot of heavy mundane tasks. This is a day for chilling out, relaxing. With the Sun and Mercury making these aspects, Jupiter, it's good for planning. It's good for looking at your aims and goals for the future and making adjustments to fit in with any new adventures you've got coming up from that new moon. Also with the Sun to Neptune, it's a good day for spiritual pursuits, studying anything religious or philosophical, and doing meditation. On the 14th, we have Mars making a conjunction to the South Node. Now this is in opposition to the North Node, which is in Gemini. So Mars is coming into Sagittarius, making this conjunction, and he thinks he knows it all. He thinks in Sagittarius that he's got all the answers, and that he's probably working off of his experiences. He thinks he knows it, he's been there, he's done it, he knows everything. But the North Node in Gemini is saying, no you don't, you need still to learn things, you need to communicate with people, you need to learn from people and understand other people's point of view. So this is, as with all aspects connecting to the nodes, this is a time for balancing. It's a time to use your past knowledge and experience, but to use it in a positive way going forward towards the North Node, which is in Gemini. So it's about communicating well, it's about understanding, it's about learning. On the 16th we have that big aspect of this year, which has been going on since January, and that's the Saturn square Uranus. Now, we've spoken about this many times before. It's about the Uranian rebelliousness and the need and desire for change against the structure and organisation of Saturn. Now you can see this panning out in many areas of life during the year, and this is the third and final coming together of these two. And if you have planets at between 10 and 14 degrees Taurus, Scorpio, Leo or Aquarius, then it's going to affect you more acutely than other people. The whole idea of this aspect is to get creative change, not just change for the sake of it, but to bring in something that's better to replace what's old and no longer works. On the 19th we have our full moon in Gemini, and this full moon adds weight to that Mars aspect with the nodes, because the North Node is also in Gemini. It's a time to use your knowledge and experience. It's a time to learn new things and put them into practice. And with the Sun making an aspect to Jupiter on that day, it's a very buoyant, upbeat day when you'll probably be willing to learn things, and you'll be willing to make those discoveries. It's a time to integrate, bring together the feeling side and the thinking side, and to use them together as one. Also, we have Mercury making an aspect to Chiron on that day, so you could be called upon to use your knowledge and experience to be a spokesperson for other people, maybe a group of people. Positive aspect on the 20th, when Mercury makes a trine to Uranus in that second house of finances. This is a good time to look at an old problem with different eyes, and you'll be able to solve it. Then on the 24th, another positive aspect, this time Mars to Chiron. Now, Mars will now have the strength to work against adversity. Despite any wounds or past fears, Mars will now help you to drive forward and go towards those new goals that you've set. We have two sextiles, one on the 26th. This one will be a distraction because it's Mercury Neptune. Now, Neptune, that 12th house, could be unconscious distractions. Could be thoughts coming through, messages coming through that just distract you from your task. But you'll be back on target on the 26th because Mars again comes into action and makes a sextile to Saturn. This will give you discipline. This will give you the desire to achieve and to do practical work and to apply yourself. And if you can work with other people, even better, because within a group situation you'll achieve a lot more. On the 29th we have Mercury coming together with the retrograde Venus. Now, this gives you a chance to gain some insight into any relationship issues that you may have, especially to do with work colleagues or superiors, because this happens in your 10th house. Now, we also have the Sun making a square to Chiron on that day, so it's a good time to show your talents. Put your fears aside and show what you can do. But don't be too direct. We also have Jupiter making an aspect to the nodes. So don't be too forceful, don't be too direct. Have humility and try and get the best out of everybody. Jupiter in this position can bring up life lessons, so just be aware that anything that comes up is trying to teach you something. We finished the month with a very stimulating aspect. The Sun makes a trine to Uranus. Now this will help you to look inside yourself. This will help you to make discoveries about yourself that maybe you didn't know. This could be connected with your public standing, your career, or even about what you value, because Uranus is in that 2nd house. Maybe your values are changing now and you need to look at what you really do value and what's worth putting time and effort into and what's maybe time to drop and discard. This aspect is certainly going to give you a lot of high mental energy, so it's good for analytical side of things and to actually look inside and make discoveries about yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.